Why is the Oregon offense absolutely humming right now? Let's break it down together because you got great players, you got a great scheme, but I think there's a little bit more to that maybe what meets the eye. So we'll discuss it together. First things first, Oregon fans, we appreciate y'all, man. Y'all been good to us. Thank you for subscribing to the On3 YouTube channel. If you're an Oregon fan or just a college football sicko in general, we appreciate you in advance for being subscribed and for being dialed in. This show, The Hard Count, brought to you by our friends over at Prize Picks. When you play over at prizepicks.com, use code HARDCOUNT. $5 in lineups now. Making sure I say this so nobody else hears. Just want it to be you and I. $50 in promo funds for your college football Saturday. Got a square we like a little bit later, so make sure you're dialed in. So a big reason why I think Oregon's offense is so successful, and it's pretty straightforward, but like the quality of player is one thing, but it's the quantity of weapons they have on the perimeter on Oregon's offense that makes them, I think, kind of extra dangerous, even more than they were a season ago. We talk about horsepower for teams like Oregon or just for offenses in general, and Oregon's got a whole lot of horsepower. They have not one, not two, but three wide receivers that are all over 400 yards. Tez Johnson, when he's healthy, one of the best receivers in college football. Evan Stewart transferring over from A&M, starting to surge. He has been massive. And then speaking of massive, Trayshawn Holden's 6'3", 205 pounds. Translation, matchup nightmare. And I'd even mention the fact that you got Sadiq and Ferguson as your tight end. So, like, there's so many weapons here. If you're a defense, how do you give the proper attention to all of them? The other thing I'll say here, too, Sadiq, Tez Johnson, you've seen Evan Stewart at times as well. Like, I think they're all pretty solid with the ball in their hands. Like, after the catch, we just got to get it to them in space and let them be special. And to have dudes that can just be problems for you as soon as they touch the football and create plays, regardless of wherever they caught the football at, like that's a backbreaker for defenses. That's an absolute pain in the side. I'll also say the quantity of style for Oregon, I think, is noteworthy because Oregon, very much so a balanced offense. They're right around 52% pass to 47% run, give or take. 175 yards a game on the ground, 289 yards a game through the air. What does that tell us? Whatever you want to take away from us, if we're Oregon, whatever you're able to take away from us is a better way to say it. If we're Oregon, we have an ability then to still hurt you with our left hand. I don't know which one you would determine to be the left hand there for Oregon. They're pretty good at both throwing and running the football. But again, going back to what we said about the quality of players, up front now, Oregon has not just one, but I believe multiple NFL caliber offensive linemen. And so all that's to say now, you're not sacrificing talent at any point, I believe, in this offense. You're not sacrificing quantity of talent at any point in this offense. Also, the experience factor. We said this many times throughout different Oregon videos. Like, there's nobody that you look at specifically on this offense to say, man, that guy, if he can, he's kind of young. If he can play up, like I don't see that with this Oregon offense. I definitely don't see it at quarterback because Dillon Gabriel to me is like the supersizer of this offense, if you will. His ability to be hyper accurate with his completion percentage and then his ability to be extremely mobile has just changed the game for Oregon from their first two games of the season. More on that in a second. But when you have a mobile threat at quarterback like Dillon Gabriel, one, if you're Will Stein, the whole playbook is open and then some. I mean, we can call quarterback design run. We can call empty with the run pass option tagged onto that. Like we got a lot of things we can do offensively when our quarterback is an athlete and you have to worry about him as a defense. If anything, it just creates too many problems for you defensively to defend. And so when you have too many issues defending us, a better way to say it is when we have too many ways to beat you for you to account for, at that point, what does it become? It becomes about the control of the offense, the decision-making of the offense. Because what I just said, if you can't match up with us, then it just becomes about us as an offense trying to find that matchup. Because we know there's one of them out there. Is it the run game this game? Is it the receivers this game? Is it going to have to be a situation where we have to win a rock fight? Is it a shootout? Like any style of game that Oregon's able to play, I think that is ultimately going to be the key to them making a deep college football playoff run and potentially now winning the national championship. The ability to shapeshift in different games and get in a rock fight with, call it a Big Ten team, or heck, if they see a Tennessee and they have to go and win a game that's 28-24 or so on and so forth, like Oregon can play that style. But then if you see Ohio State again, I think we all expect them to see Ohio State at least one more time, maybe two more times. They can win a shootout in that way as well. So all those things combine to where the versatility of Oregon makes them so dangerous. And Dillon Gabriel is a massive reason why they're able to be so versatile. Now, you've seen Oregon from those first two games just take off. And those first two games had everybody nervous, right? Hey, is Dillon Gabriel the guy? Did they maybe not get the right fit at quarterback? Like, what's going on? Dillon Gabriel, and he talked to us about this actually on this show, so go check out the interview right now on the On3 YouTube channel. Not right now, after this video. He told us, he's like, my progression in this offense, I'm paraphrasing here, he believes is a big reason why they've had so much success as a unit. Because early on, those first 2 games, Dillon Gabriel was sacked 7 times. Now, some of that's on the offensive line, some of that's on Dillon Gabriel. I truly believe with the way that he has progressed within this system and become more comfortable and made better / quicker decisions, that's taken pressure off your offensive line. At first, we're having a block for like 2.5 seconds. Now we got a block for like 1.5 seconds. I don't know if those are the exact numbers, but like that's probably the conversation you have. The way that he's getting rid of the football much more quickly is taking pressure off of this offensive line and allowing them to have more ability to get the ball in playmakers' hands, and then good things happen when you got the ball in playmakers' hands, as we already mentioned. So since those first 2 games where he was sacked 7 times, he has been sacked 3 times in the 7 games after. Translation, he's more dialed in, leading to quicker / better decisions, leading to a lot of points scored. They haven't scored less than 30 points, has Oregon, since week 1. So Oregon's dialed in. Will Stein, I think, does not get nearly enough credit for the way that he has called this offense to this point in the year and how he called the offense last year, and now he gets new pieces and he's getting everybody up to speed. Like, that's not easy to do. Don't believe it's easy to do. So I'm excited to watch how they trend. Oregon is absolutely a wagon. They're absolutely for real, and I cannot wait to see what they do here when it comes to the rest of the season. The Prize Pick square we love this weekend against Maryland. Oregon, Dillon Gabriel's passing yards total. Take the more there. Had a lot of success this year for us on this show taking the more with code HARDCOUNT over at prizepicks.com on the Dillon Gabriel passing yard total. So go ahead and lock that in. Appreciate y'all being dialed in here as well. So lock in that code HARDCOUNT, prizepicks.com. Make sure you're subscribed here. We got a lot more to talk about throughout the rest of the season, and we're grateful to get to do it with y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We're going to keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time.